Yeah, it's Jayson Cash, and we live on Dash. No commercials, free music. Why you ain't download the app yet, man? Stop playing.
All right, everybody, this is Dash Radio. We got Carson's very own.
Yeah.
I wanted to say by way of Del Amo, but nah.
Yeah. Campbell Ave.
Man, we got Jayson Cash in the motherfucking house, bro.
Yeah, Carson Cash off Campbell Ave.
Man, I was about to ask you, Canberra and what? Cayenne and
Campbell Ave, Campbell and Boston.
Okay.
That's the block. That's where I lived at, Campbell and Boston.
Man, you really from it. I was saying how we were talking earlier.
Or Addison, however you might want to pronounce it, but yeah.
Del Amo, man, Del Amo has been like a hotbed of just dope cats. Like Carson Del Amo. I saw the funniest list. I looked up rappers from Carson. Mm-hmm. It said Absol.
Right, the king.
Punch. Right? That's what it said on Google,
I mean,
right? I don't know
they might say that because TDE Studios and
that's probably why. But then the next two were comedy, bro. It said Rascas, Fire, and Ray J. I said, how did they put those four names together? No disrespect to Ray J.
Hey, look, I ain't never heard Ray J rap, but Ray J is definitely high on the Carson list.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's crazy. I was joking with somebody. Ray J put the Kardashians on, which ended up ruining American culture. So, like, low-key, Ray J responsible for a lot of shit, bro.
Man, Ray J is a legend, man.
Nah, he really is, man. Hey, wait a minute, Ray J? That was a banger.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a banger. But
he had this song, it's called What I Want or What I Need, but that was like me and my best friend Trey, that was our joint.
Yeah, bro, he had some slappers. I remember that Wait a Minute joint made me like he's the coolest dude in that video.
Yeah,
the whole song.
It's so crazy. I remember being a kid when like, you know, from growing up watching Moesha and stuff like that and seeing like, okay, Ray J was about to come out with a song. Like it was an anticipation for the record, but I thought he was rapping. Like I just knew he was about to be rapping, and I remember hearing that. And I was like, oh dang, like he's a singer. But I thought he was a rapper.
Yeah. No, because he kind of gave that. He carried himself like a rapper.
Especially watching like again like watching Moesha, like seeing him be D Money, like he come through with the bandanas tied and tank tops on and stuff like that. I just always thought he was a rapper.
Yeah, nah.
I'm tripping. Ray J, One Wish, like bro, come on.
Yeah, One Wish, that's the one. Yeah, shout out to Ray J. But look, we gotta move forward, bro. We about to do 20 minutes of Ray J appreciation. Nah, I got so much to ask you, man. It's always exciting to talk to an artist on their rise.
Right.
But like, I'm catching you, bro, and like the meteor just took off.
Man.
So like, what has it been like this past month? Like the life of Jayson Cash? Because you're viral now. Like people know you now, right? And this all happened last few months?
Yeah, it's crazy adjusting.
Right?
Man, it's dope. It's a dope feeling. Like the sugar-free thing was just...
Bro, anyone who hasn't seen it, you got to look up Jayson Cash freestyling with Sugar Free doing the...
Oh, yeah, you've been working on that, huh?
Bro, I used to practice this.
Okay.
And then you go, dog, but I can never do the two together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But man, so do you feel like you feel blessed or you feel pressure? What's kind of going through your head right now?
Definitely blessed, fortunate, you know, happy.
Yeah. Thankful.
It's a whirlwind of emotions, just a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Just glad, you know, that even worked out the way it was supposed to work out, especially because it's genuine. Mm-hmm. You know, we had a lot of conversation off camera just about how I feel about him, how much I appreciate him, how much I admire him, etc. So it was like, it was just dope, even to know that he's never done that with anybody else.
Anybody, bro. Anybody. And you body that shit. You hit that sugar-free flow as close as you could get to the sugar-free flow, if not as good. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? But like, you bodied that, man.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, I posted a video. We was talking. He was like, man, yo, style. And I'm like, shit, I got this shit from you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this shit from you.
That's why I rock with you heavy, man. It was when I saw that video. I had seen the video before they asked me if I wanted to interview Jayson Cash.
Right.
The answer was yes so quickly because of the respect you had.
Oh, yeah, that's
It was
dope.
different for you to know who Sugar Free is or rap, but you hit that Sugar Free flow, man. You said something like, "I'm gonna make some Margiela," but I should have worn nothing. It was just offbeat but on beat, you know.
Yeah, that's how I rap. A little bit.
I fuck with it, man.
A little bit, either before the one or a little after it. But
yeah, you got to be a little bit offbeat. You know?
It's a little swing.
Yeah,
we talked about that off camera.
Exactly.
We talked about
it's that little twang, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I got a gift for you, man. Every artist I interview, it's nothing crazy, I promise. But I give every artist I interview an album from my own collection.
Oh, that's tight.
I got a CD collection, bro, and I've been like, this is my way. It's like my Nardwar.
Yeah,
for you, bro, I had two options. I couldn't find option one. I'm not gonna front. I was gonna give you a Sugar Free album. I can't remember the name of it. I had his debut from '96, the one that had "Why You Bullshitting" and all that on there.
Street Gospel.
Yeah, Street Gospel. I couldn't find it, but then I found one and I was like, you know what, this fits.
You got it.
I got it hidden. So I wanted to give you DJ Quick balancing options, bro. Funny? I felt like this had to have been a part of your life because that had "Do I Love Her" with Sugar Free on it.
Yeah. Pitching on the Party is my favorite DJ Quick record.
Bro, when the fucking the chord comes out and he goes, man, somebody to kick the extension cord out there.
Yeah.
Now song. Boom. Oh yeah.
Damn. Pitching on the Party, that's one of that's my favorite Quick song for sure. One of my favorite beats.
Yeah.
That take me back. Like I remember hearing that, it just felt good.
Oh,
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
A lot of those joints. Pitching on Party, Do I Love Her's on there.
Right.
I'd have to look at it, but the reason I thought that one fit, because once I didn't have the Sugar Free, so anybody who doesn't know, Jayson Cash, Sugar Free is like one of the dudes you molded.
My favorite rapper,
right? So I was like, I have to go DJ Quick, and I was gonna give you Quick as the name, his
that's fire
first
too.
album. But I said, nah, I'm gonna give you the one with Sugar Free on it. Mossberg, all
this is dope, like, cause I like when things connect. Me and my older brother, we was talking about when I linked up with Sugar Free, right? So I did a song with him in like 2018, I want to say.
With Sugar Free?
With Sugar Free.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I did a song with him back then, right? And that's why he was saying that he was like, I've been looking for you, cause we did it through management.
Oh.
So he was like, after the feature, he was like, yo, go find this guy, go find him. But anyway, so when Sugar Free came to the studio to see me, he said to me, the verse that he did for me is one of his best features, right?
Wow.
And me and my brother we were on the phone. I remember I was walking through Ralph's. I'm in the grocery store, we chopping it. And he was like, damn, that's crazy. He was like, so we start talking about what we actually think his best feature is. So I was saying, the first thing that came to my mind was Bring It On with Snoop. I'm like, that's one of my favorite Sugar Free features. I said, but man, if I had to say his best feature to me would be Do I Love Her in that song here. So it's tight when things kind of come around, because me and my older brother Hammy, we actually had that conversation like a couple weeks ago.
That's crazy, man. I do my best to like go through my collection and say like, okay, which one made an impact. And the other thing about this album that's cool is the way you, Bino, Blast, man, like this new generation of West Coast that you guys are all splashing on the scene really reminds me of like Mossberg, Quick, Sugar Free, all kind of coming up together. You know, as one guy, as I feel like Blast becomes more prominent, so does Jayson Cash. And as Jayson Cash becomes more prominent, so does Bino. And,
got you.
How long have you guys all known each other?
I haven't known Bino that long.
Okay.
But I met Bino through Blast.
Oh, okay.
I met Bino through Blast. Like I knew of him, and he knew who I was, probably just seeing on the gram and stuff like that. We got mutual homies and stuff like that. But I didn't meet him in person until him and Blast did a show together. And then at the show, like he walked up, he was just like, yo, bro, I'll be seeing you go crazy, like, you know what I mean? So we got cool like that. But Blast, I've known Blast for a minute.
Okay.
A minute, like.
I mean,
like
you've
10,
been
like 10
Oh,
years
damn, long time.
Yeah,
long time.
For a minute.
You used to do videos, right? You used to hop out of the car and just rap, right?
Yeah.
Were you freestyling when you did that, or were those like written verses?
Nah, yeah, I wrote them in my head,
and then you would like jump out of the car and just do it. That shit was creative, bro.
Nah, yeah.
What was like? Why were you doing that? If you don't mind me asking, just trying to get something to work.
Man, at the time I wasn't putting out no music. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna get these raps off for sure. And at first I was just doing it. We'll drop freestyles and we'll go to different places. My boy Drew was recording me doing them in different spots. But you know, again, I like to give people their flowers, give people their credit. So I was watching Compton TG, and I was just seeing like the response he got just from not, because I didn't see him like jumping out of a whip, but what I was seeing is that he recorded his on a cell phone. So we was doing them with a camera, and they just looked so, it's too cute. I'm looking at TG, I'm like, he look hungry, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, man, fuck that. We're gonna do the cell phone shit. We about to pull over, I'm jumping out the whip, we're gonna do it like that. So Compton TG, just seeing the response he got, that's what shifted me from having the camera on me to let's do it on the cell phone, let's keep this shit raw. So I did it one place, right? And it wasn't even intentionally to just be hopping out the whip at different locations. I just happened to did it at the liquor store around the corner from where I was living. I was living in Paramount at the time. So I went to the liquor store around the corner, parked, did the freestyle, and then we got a crazy reaction. So the next one, I'm like, shit, I'm jumping out the whip again. You know what I mean? So he did that, pulls up somewhere, cell phone, jumping out the whip. And then I just like, man, fuck it, we gonna keep jumping out the whip. Keep jumping out the whip. And it worked. Yeah, for sure.
It worked to the point now where like before I even really knew who you were, it was a video of you freestyling that caught my attention. That shit really worked, man. Yeah. It goes to show, like I've been telling, you know, not artists, but like the audience is watching that, like, you just gotta do some shit. You just gotta create something and see if it works and really keep trying it.
Yeah, and figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like, I seen what TG was doing and how he was doing it worked for him. Like, we not the same type of person. We not rapping about the same shit, but I just seen how he did work for him. I'm like, okay, well, what works for me? Let me figure that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I picked beats that made sense with my cadence. I picked, you know what I mean?
Well, your cadence is crazy, bro. It's hard to reconstruct.
Yeah, so I'm like, I picked beats that were aligned with my cadence. We picked locations that, you know, after a while we started making sense. Like I remember doing one, I jumped out at the gas station, the same gas station that I shot my All I Know video at. Jumped out at Arco. You know what I mean? Then on top of that, I went to the Bay with my boy Millie. He from San Francisco. I'm out there with 10 Millie. He recorded me in front of the bridge. You know what I mean? My hat flying off in the wind and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like we just started thinking of things that looked dope and that made sense.
Yeah,
you know?
Planning it out a little more.
Yeah.
So what are you planning now? Because now you're at an interesting point as an artist where like you got a blank canvas as far as when I look you up on Spotify, I got All I Know and Priority. This man is 2 for 2. Yeah. Dog, you 100% shooting percentage so far, fam. So where do you go from here? Where does Jayson? Because like you haven't
3 for 3, then 4 for 4,
then 4 for 4.
You know what I mean?
Like,
that's the plan.
But do you plan on doing singles, or are you thinking of a project right now?
I got a couple more singles, but I am finalizing my project also.
Oh, finalizing. Yeah. So you got a project already, like there's some legwork on it.
Hell yeah, man. I got a bunch of records.
Oh shit. How many unreleased, just in general, records would you say Jayson Cash is sitting on right now?
Unreleased or unreleased that matter?
Unreleased, not that matter.
Oh
just
shit, like
hundreds?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I could play songs for an hour straight, an hour and a half straight. Like
hell yeah, bro. That's exciting.
I can actually go an hour straight with records that I really
bro, I can't wait. With. So when are we the people gonna be able to start? Because Priority recently came out, right? And it's doing well. So I know you're gonna let that kind of flow, right? For a little bit.
Let that do
when do you think the next? You think we got some coming out a few months, couple months, soon.
And you know, a lot of people be saying soon and be lying. I'm not lying though.
You ain't lying. You're not like yay.
Nah,
do you think? Okay, so we're filming this on Thursday. What, the 22nd? Do you think Ye's album is dropping tonight? Because he said it is, but he also did that to us like 900 times.
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
My boy, I called my homie Major in Atlanta. He's in Atlanta earlier, and I was talking to him about some shit, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'll let you know because I'm supposed to be going to
he's tonight. Doing the release out there."
So I mean, I'm sure he gonna hear it.
Yeah.
You know, they 3 hours ahead of us, so he probably.
Here's what I think's gonna happen. I think Ye's gonna do the event I bet you, bro, one of his songs isn't gonna hit right.
Yeah.
And the genius and perfectionist he is, I have a feeling Ye's gonna be like, yo, Spotify, hold the album. I gotta do another mix.
So, I can't speak for Ye. I don't know him personally, but what I would say, I would think that if he's about to really do an event tonight and play this whole project, I don't think he would change it because a record not hitting. Because if he felt like a record wasn't gonna hit, I don't think he'd play it.
True.
I don't think so. Yeah. As critical as we know him to be, I don't think for him to have that shit going, he must be ready. Yeah, he must be ready.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what post Kardashian Ye has to offer. You know what I mean?
Man.
He's coming out of a crazy marriage, or it's a crazy situation. So I'm excited for that. But what's gonna be who's gonna be somebody that like you're gonna work with a lot? I've seen you work with Blast. Is there gonna be a lot of Jayson and Blast records, or you got somebody else you're collaborating with a lot? Are you gonna do a lot of your own shit?
A little bit of I can't really say because we Priority happened natural. Like I have a bunch of records with Blast just in general because we was in the studio with each other so much just over the years. But like as of right now, like a lot of times I just been locked in. Like if something makes sense, you know what I mean? We're like, okay, let's see if we can do that. Like I know I'm supposed to work with Kaylin for real soon.
Hey, that's what's up. Shout out.
Yeah, I got Kaylin. A record right now that I really like that I did with One Take Jay.
Hey, there we go. Shout out Jay.
Yeah, see, I gave you an exclusive.
Yeah, we got new One Take Jay coming. Okay.
Yeah, One Take. I fuck with One Take Jay because when he did the verse, I realized I was like, bro, we rap the same. Like you got sugar-free cadences as well. We just do them different, at a different speed. There's also another dude from I believe from Compton. His name is Holland Is. He's very, very like reminiscent of like Sugar-Free also.
That's dope, man.
So it's a few people that really like, when I was listening to the verse that Jay did for me, I was just like, damn, like I can tell you a child of that also. You know what I mean? Yeah. We just do it at different speeds. Pause.
Absolutely. Super pause, right? Hey, it's 2020. Do not be clipping that other part and cut this shit out. You never know, man. So you're like as West Coast as it gets. You're born and raised, right?
Yeah, I'm from out here.
How did coming up in Del Amo or Carson shape the rapper that you are?
Just my life experience, I guess.
You got some crazy shit, man. You've been shot at. You got
I've been
3
shot.
hits, right?
Yeah.
3, right? You made it out. God bless.
Yeah.
Were you rapping prior to when you got shot?
Hell yeah. I've been rapping since Lil Bow Wow.
Okay. You said since Lil Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Not since Bow Wow. Since Lil Bow Wow. Okay.
Like, yeah, I was... Bro, I've put out songs on MySpace. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Back when you had a top 8 and shit.
Bro, I recorded that shit on my dad's laptop.
Bro, I'm with you, dog.
Like,
I have Fruity Loops back when it was like the bootleg version.
Nah, for sure. I had a cracked Fruity Loops on my... Before everybody had Macs, we was using Windows and shit like that. Like, yeah, I had Fruity Loops on there. I used to make all my own beats.
And your older brother produced too, right?
Yeah. That's dope, man. Shout out to Hammy, because he was doing all my beats.
Shout out to Hammy, bro. We're going to show Hammy some love.
Yeah, he was doing all my beats for me at the time, and he showed me how to use Fruity Loops.
That's what's up.
I was making my own. I was sampling in Sony Acid Pro, and
bro, dead ass. I was using Sony Acid too because it was free. Back then, that was the only one you can get for free online.
Yeah. I tell you some real shit. Like, I remember I was at Riff LA, and I walked up on Kendrick, and I asked him like, the best advice he can give me, like, as a young dude rapping. And he was like, man, go study the grades, go study Nas, go study M, go study Corrupt and all that, right? So what I did was, again, my big brother Hammy, a lot of times when I talk to him, I be telling him he give me a lot more credit than he probably should, because a lot of this shit I'm able to do because, shit that he did for me. So, like, for example, my brother, he used to show me how to go on Google and download albums, just putting .zip at the end. So writing the, write the album title and put .zip, and then you'll find the zip file of the album.
Wow.
So what I did was all these artists that Kendrick told me to study, I looked up all their notable albums, their best albums, and the albums that people said were some of the best rap albums ever. So like shit like Corrupt, like Streets is a Mother, and Corruption, and stuff like that. So I was Googling it, putting .zip behind them, right? And I was downloading the albums, and the ones that I couldn't get that way, I went on YouTube and I was just finding the full length album.
Yeah, and downloading that.
And I'll download the whole thing and I put it in Sony Acid Pro, and I chopped each song, and then I titled them myself.
And then were you studying these songs?
Hell yeah.
How so? Like how did Jayson Cash study a song? You take notes?
Just
listen.
Listening to the cadences, paying attention to just, I start catching things. Like I remember listening to Corrupt and thinking about certain Kendrick verses where I'm like, oh damn, like that's where that came from.
Yeah, Corrupt was really inspirational for him.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was listening to that and listening to just so many different things, and at that moment what I did was I just used this shit like I had a Space Jam ball, and I just took from everybody that I was just so impressed with. Like somebody told me the other day, like they was like, man, your style so original, and I was just like, man, ain't nothing new under the sun. I'm just doing my version of what I've seen.
It is though. You do got an original style.
I mean, because it's my take on the shit that's already been there. Yeah. Like I would never try to come off and be like, man, bro, I done came through so brand new. I'm the only motherfucker ever came through like this. Because I'll be lying.
Yeah.
Like I took from Quick, I took from Sugar Free, I took
Those
from
are the
Kendrick.
two majors, bro. I see you really. You're a beautiful mix of Quick and Sugar Free.
Man, I appreciate that.
Because you got Sugar Free's unpredictability, but you got Quick's, I don't want to say like lyrical cadence, but like a lot of times Sugar Free would say some shit where I was like,
yeah. So
what are you talking about?
I'll say, for example, like Priority, this is the first time I'm ever saying this, like Priority is crazy because if you listen to the way I'm rapping on All I Know, it's very aggressive. If you listen to how I'm rapping on Priority, it's different. Like it's real laid back like a conversation, but I think it's on Under the Influence. Quick has a song called 101, right? And the way that he's rapping, it's like he's talking.
Yeah. He does that.
Like he's real, like it's real smooth. Like it's real smooth. And I took that from there, like young, like just listening to the way Quick rap, like he was talking. So if you hear me like on something aggressive, I'm rapping with my chest, but the smoother records, it's more like I'm talking, so it's easier for me to do it again because it's just in my natural talking.
Oh yeah, when you do it live and shit.
Yeah, so like that's one thing I took from Quick.
You really are like a hybrid of Quick and Free.
Man, I'm a hybrid of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna front about it either. Like, you know what I mean? Like I looked up to these people, like again, like with this West Coast shit. You feel me? Man, it didn't matter where I grew up or where I was raised. Like this is how. What our backyard barbecues sounded like. This is the shit. Like my dad had all the old Cube CDs. Like my first time hearing Dre, like my dad had his Chronic CD, and me and my brother took it off my dad's computer and was listening to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got your influence from hearing this shit early. Like my dad knew about. He was showing us a Public Enemy and different shit like that. And then showing us R&B. Old shit like
shout out
Ohio
to Pops.
players.
He showed you the right music. You said
like,
Ohio players?
Yeah, Ohio players. Like I grew up in a house where we was listening to Ohio players. We listened to Parliament, Funkadelic. You know what I'm saying?
George Clinton.
Yeah.
Boosie. You grew up and you paid the respect. You learned from all of it, and you don't.
You have to. That's why, like, as I'm excited to put more music out, so people get to see just how much my music is actually music, as opposed to just rapping over beats.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the real misconception. I don't even want to say misconception. Maybe there was even no understanding of how I was coming, because if you never was around while I was putting out music, all you heard, your only reference point was freestyles.
Absolutely.
So it's like when you hear music and you hear All I Know, and it's like, okay, he's rapping, but he actually made a song. Like the hook to All I Know is catchy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta listen to Priority, like, you know what I mean? That's actually a vibe, but Blast didn't hand me that record. I was already making that song before Blast walked into the studio.
Oh, really? Because it sounds like a Blast record. I would have assumed he was like, yo, Jay, I got a record.
Nah.
You got to hop on it. It kind of felt like a Blast
Not at
record.
all. I already had the first verse. Like, the first verse of Priority was already recorded before Blast walked in.
You want to really show everybody you're more than just a freestyle MC.
Real shit. Like, when I said on All I Know, I'm like, I'm not just any nigga rapping. I'm one of them ones. I feel like my job moving forward is to just give you the reasons why I'm different.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'm not just a rapper, and that's no disrespect to any other rapper. It's just like I feel like now that if I got your attention or you looking this way, it's my opportunity to tell you who I am and what I'm about, what I stand on, what we about. You know what I'm saying?
And you blast. And you know who we forgot to mention? You just said his name, Reason. We forgot to mention Reason. We were talking about Carson. He's from there, right?
Right. Reason from Carson.
Yeah, you guys definitely got to respond. I don't mean to put no pressure on y'all, but this is a moment for the West Coast.
Nah, it's important. Like, you know, even people like Boogie,
lost Nip,
Westside Boogie from Compton.
I love Boogie, bro. Yeah. I think Boogie's one of the most underrated cats out of the city.
It's so crazy because like I was, you know, in my emails I get the comments that people leave on YouTube, and somebody was like, "Man, I see the Boogie influence heavy."
No, you guys actually sound very similar.
I hear that a lot, but I don't hear it.
Yeah, I think it's more so, not that you guys sound similar, you both don't sound like anybody. You're both very unique.
Yeah.
Boogie does have a very, like, kind of, you're more offbeat while on beat than he is, you know what I mean? But he's also a little bit
because I see that, like, when I dropped All I Know, somebody was like, man, he reminds me of Boogie. And I seen, you know, I was somewhere, I went to Kalen's thing for his deluxe at Laced. And I was there, and yeah, man, they played shout out DJ Primetime, he played All I Know. And somebody came up to me, he was like, "Man, I thought that was Boogie at first. That's you?" I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Have you ever met Boogie?
Yeah, I got a song with Boogie.
Oh, there you okay.
Yeah. I know Boogie.
People must have been hella confused on who's rapping when.
Nah, man, that's my creative director John, he just shook his head because like you can really hear the difference when we next to each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like as far as like somebody like Westside Boogie, like I actually fuck with him. Like I know his songs. Like I know the lyrics. I know the lyrics to his songs. So when I first met him, me and Boogie, we actually have the same barber. Shout out my boy Rich.
Shout out Rich.
So Boogie don't know this, but I guess I'll tell the story. So Rich told me he was cutting Boogie hair one day, right? And he knew like I've been wanting to bump into him. So Rich was like, "Yeah, I'm cutting him at like 7." I'm like, all right, bet. Or was it like 8? It was some shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show up a little. I had an appointment with him, but I'm like, I'm gonna show up a little early. So Boogie walk in and he walk up to me. I shake my hand. I try to introduce myself. He's like, "Bro, I know who you are." You know what I'm saying? He gave me his number that day. This was maybe like 2 years ago. What is it? Nah, it was longer than 2 years.
People know you, man.
Yeah. It was a little second ago. Yeah. But we did that. And, you know, I remember even before everything for sure came out, you know, just texting them, shooting little texts back and forth about a few things. Like, even when I dropped All I Know, like, he DM me, like, "Yo, you about to go crazy." So, like, I fuck with Boogie, you know what I mean? Even, we got mutual friends, like, homies that be around him, like Epic Must Die and Desi G and KB Devon. Like, we got mutual, you know, people.
He seems like a good dude. I never met
Boogie. Cool.
Boogie. He just seems like a real dude, honest, and a good dude.
Nah, yeah, Boogie cool.
I fuck with him, man. I fuck with him. Well, you're tapped in with everybody, man. And
I try to be.
Bro, you guys got us. I feel really confident as somebody from LA that you guys are gonna really put us back on the map.
Man.
You know, because if you think about it, man, LA is a town. You know, we won the championship. I'm not a Lakers fan. The ring's here, or was here, right, until yesterday or the other day. But we lost Nip, we lost Kobe. Yeah, Kendrick had a kid, you know, and I knew when Kendrick had a kid, I told all my homies, we ain't gonna hear shit from him for 5, 6, because he's a smart dude. And being what a lot of, you know, people from Compton, from South Central have gone through, he's gonna be there for his son or daughter. I don't even know what gender his kid is. So with the West Coast on this hiatus, man, you guys are really ready, primed to put us back up there.
Hey, man. That's what we're supposed to do, man.
Man,
you know?
You gotta hold it down, bro.
Got to. I mean, I'm not trying to fill no voids or nothing like that, bro. Like, Kendrick, that's my GOAT.
Me too.
Like, that's my GOAT.
I think Kendrick's the best rapper ever to me. That's what I personally think.
I listen to certain Kendrick shit. Like, I've told my brother, I'm like, man, I gotta do better. I talked to Ab Soul like a week or so ago, and I told him, like, I remember when I first heard a record he had, like, when I was young, I was like, bro, that record showed me I didn't rap as good as I thought I did. I be liking to keep that shit 100 about shit like that. There's certain shit
absolutely.
I hear, be like, okay, let me tighten my shit up.
Bro, I used to rap when I was interning with Ski, and he introduced me this one night to J-Rock's little homie. J-Rock's younger homie raps so good, I quit. I dead ass. I told Dom P the same thing. I stopped rapping because I was like, "Yo, who's this cat? Why is he still in the hood? If he's not platinum, when the hell fuck am I gonna get there?"
Man,
ended up being him.
That's a real sense of awareness.
Nah, bro, that's a true.
Like a motherfucker.
Look, I could spit at the time. I wasn't as good as you or as good as like Sugar and Quick and them, but I knew I could rap. I saw Kendrick and I was like, "Wait, he's still in Compton?" I was like, "He hasn't made it yet." So nah, to me, he's a god MC too.
Yeah, like it's so crazy because it's like. Kendrick my GOAT, and it makes it hard sometimes for me to listen to his music.
Because
like I have to be, not even just comparing it, it's like, it's, it's like looking in the mirror that's not your favorite mirror.
Yeah.
And like, so I just, Kendrick, he's aware of all his tools. He knows how to use them, when to use them. I'm still, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in my bag, but I'm still figuring out everything that's in my bag. Yeah, and I'd be fronting to say that, I got it all figured out. You know what I mean? I transitioned from, I used to aspire to be the best rapper. I want to be the best rapper. You know what I'm saying? But, now I just want to make the best music that I can make. And Kendrick has really mastered making music. Absolutely. Like, even on the Kendrick Lamar EP, so it's so crazy. Like I remember hearing him on a song saying, "I'm working on my hooks, my nigga. I ain't trying to battle you, but even if I did, I guarantee I'll overshadow you." Like a fucked up taper that turned to a bowl cut. Like I'm listening to that shit right back then. I didn't understand, but that's how I feel. Like I'm working on my hooks. I'm working on my, I'm working on a song. Cause I don't want to just be known for rapping. I want a motherfucker to know me for a song. That's Jayson Cash, who got that song called Priority. Jayson Cash has that record, All I Know. Jayson Cash has that record called Etc.
You want to be more than
just
I want
you to know me for records, not just rapping.
16s.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll be, you know what I mean? We're going to go and do the freestyles and Etc. and I'll be able to display skill, but through the music, I want to show like the whole thing.
Your whole, everything you're capable of. Well, I got some questions in this cup. I'm going to shake and we're going to ask you.
Okay, bet it.
While I shake this to get some questions, these are weird. They might, if you don't want to answer them, you can pass.
Okay.
Let's manifest. Who do you want to work with? Kendrick, right? Is there anybody else? What's like your dream collaboration?
I want to work with Kendrick. I want to work with Anderson.
Okay, I like that one. Anderson's dumb talented, man.
Yeah, man.
Love Anderson.
Man, so many people. I'm like drawing a blank. Those are two people that I really want to work with. J. Cole. I want to work with J. Cole like a motherfucker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cole, Kendrick, Anderson. Aftermath. We got to get Aftermath on the phone, bro. They got Anderson and Kendrick, dog. That's already two of them.
Yeah, those. Shit, I would love to work with Quick.
Oh, yeah. You got to make that happen. DJ Quick. Look, dog, just DM him.
Yeah,
Quick's on the gram every single day. I guarantee you Quick will see your DM.
Yeah, I let her work with Quick.
Quick, we love you, Quick.
Yeah.
Quick, we're giving you your flowers, Quick. We love you.
Battle Cat.
Super underrated. Bro, I'll text Battle Cat for you when we leave here.
Oh, no, yeah, I've been around Battle Cat a few times. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a few people like Bilal. Man, he was all over.
Yeah.
I used to, his Firstborn second album, we used to clean up to it at my house. Like my dad used to bump that shit.
That was the one, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a few.
He worked with Kendrick. Bilal was all on To Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah,
man, when I seen that shit, it was just like, damn, like, you know what I mean? It just made so much sense.
That's how you knew Kendrick had it up here.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. I would really like to work with Giveon also.
Oh, I love his voice. Dude is a classic.
I would love to work with Giveon. Yeah, for sure.
That's a good list. That's a good list. Let's get to some of these weird questions I got. All right, Jayson Cash, you got a zombie apocalypse. You gonna go into it with Mike Tyson, Mike Jordan, or Mike Jackson?
Damn, this is gonna be Michael Jackson.
Yeah, me too. I'd say the same thing. You know why I wouldn't do Mike Tyson? Because when he dies and becomes a zombie, that Mike Tyson zombie is going to fuck you up. You are not going to kill no Mike Tyson zombie. Same with Jordan, bro. Jordan's 6'8". I ain't trying to fuck with no 6'8 zombie, 6'6".
Shit, man.
Fuck that. Mike Jackson would be cool, calm.
Shit, Thriller, man.
Only thing about Jordan, though, if you had Jordan in a zombie apocalypse, you know you finna live 15 years. That dude's a winner. He ain't going to die, bro. Jordan going to lead you to the promised land.
I really feel like Mike Tyson, I don't think they even gonna get him. They ain't even gonna.
I wouldn't even want to be in a pandemic with that dude, let alone a zombie apocalypse.
I just look at it like this. Michael Jackson is so larger than life that it's like, I just have a feeling like even the zombies will see Michael Jackson and be starstruck and shit.
He start doing the Thriller. Yeah. Start doing the shit in the zombies.
And plus, my last name Jackson, so we gotta stick together.
Okay,
it's like
okay. So the Jacksons gotta stick together. All right, man. Just in general, who you fuck with more, Miley Cyrus or Billie Eilish?
Miley Cyrus.
Okay. I would have said Billie.
Yeah.
I didn't like when Miley, after she did her hip hop, because you remember she came over to hip hop for a year or two. She dated Mike Will. She did the music video and all the Jordan shit. Yeah. I remember when she was like, I was in a bad place, and she like blamed it on hip hop. I was like, why'd you blame it on hip hop?
Yeah, I would just have to. I mean, if I'm saying Miley Cyrus, I'm way more familiar with Miley Cyrus. Hannah Montana, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like,
that's true. Billie Eilish is dope though. Listen to her album.
Nah, yeah.
Billie Eilish's first album was fire, man. It was a good album.
You saying I can't listen to Party in the USA?
Yeah.
Man, stop playing.
Oh man,
I know that shit word for word.
Let's see. We're gonna pull one more out of here. He said, I know that shit word for word. What dead celebrity do you think is still alive?
All of them.
What do you mean, bro? Pac? You think Pac's alive?
Nah, I just feel like you never really die.
Oh, okay. Well, what dead celebrity do you think never actually died? You think any of them?
I mean, if it's said that they passed, then just respectfully, you know what I mean? Because
I like that.
Yeah, I would believe that, but that's why I say like I don't think they really died. Because I mean, like, you know, even though you might be absent from the body,
physical, yeah,
you know what I mean. I feel it.
Absolutely. You know that's a good way to put it. Kobe, he's still in all of us.
Kobe's on my hand. I got my all money in right here. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like
that is Kobe. That's a good ass Kobe tattoo. You gotta shout out to whoever did that.
Yeah, shout out to Poncho, the artist.
Poncho, damn. Poncho's clean with the tats. Damn.
Yeah. So man. Like my grandfather passed when I was 16, and it's like, man, you can't tell me Bishop gone. Like I feel him. You know what I'm saying? Like both of my grandparents.
Bishop, you said, right?
Bishop.
Shout out Bishop, man.
Yeah, you know, like I'm still like guided by a lot of things seeds that he planted in me young. You know what I mean?
Beautiful thing, man.
So,
well, we got Jayson Cash, man. All I Know, been out. Priority out now.
Yeah.
We got new stuff on the way. My man said he got some stuff with One Take J on the way.
Yeah, man. He
said you got Gang of Records with Blast. Hopefully, we'll get to hear some more.
Hopefully.
Man, we can't wait. Project coming out. I know it's going to be eventually.
For sure.
Let's not put any soon or nothing on it. Take your time, man. Yeah. Make that perfect. Make it how you want it.
For sure. We getting it right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we getting this music right. You know, making the right moves, making sure we align with the right people. You know what I mean?
There we go, man. Well, we got you over here at Dash, man.
I appreciate y'all. You know, I fuck with you know everybody that like is genuine and organic, and you kind of feel that right out the gate. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck with you, man. We got Del Amo, Carson, man. I'm not from either, but you're holding down both.
You was right up the street.
I was in north side of Long Beach, man. Shout out Vince Staples, Joey Fats.
I gotta do something for you though, because you said we was talking about sneakers off the record. You know what I'm saying? And my boy, you know, you said you just be rocking the dirty van, so I gotta get you to come to the Fox Hills Mall.
Okay.
Take you to Hidden Soul. You know what I mean? My boy Obi will get you right. You know what I mean? Because you need you a good sneaker over there. You know what I mean?
Man, let's do it.
Hey, all my people's at Hidden Soul. Obi Bookie, you know what I mean? Get my boy right. You know what I'm saying?
Obi Bookie, I'm coming through, man. Yo, I'm cheap as fuck. Like, don't let the rollie surprise you, man. This was an investment. I'm cheap as a motherfucker.
We gonna make sure we get you straight, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate that, man. Jayson Cash, bro.
Man,
like we said earlier, you're not up next. You right now.
Oh man, I'm in this shit.
You in this shit, bro.
Man,
get
it.
Hold us down. Of course, man. That's yours.
Love, bro.
Thank you, bro. And we out, everybody.